Terceiro jogo. Matar a nuvem é uma coisa, isso aí, matar a pro é totalmente diferente. Ninex, 15º, mataram um. 17º, mataram 3. Aí caíram lá, ficaram em segundo. Fez um portal puta errado, curou errado. Mas ficaram em segundo, mataram 5. Deram muita sorte, onde eles caíram, a safe fechou pra eles. Essa foi a única que ganharam.
And once we get past that 50 threshold, we've been hinting, we think teams at other times might, I can't but feel like it is absolutely necessary when we get there. And this game very much could put one of these teams above that mark.
And here's Navi at airbase, not only a familiar drop from them, but also a familiar place if you caught the action all weekend long where they were able to get a win off of that.
Aí A mais B, 16º. Mataram 1, ficaram em 5º, mataram 5. 19º, mataram 0. Aí foram para os perdedores. Se você treinar com cara bom, você fica bom. Se você treinar com cara ruim, você fica ruim. Mas o jogo, nesse nível de jogo, é totalmente diferente, cara. Você abre o pixel só pra matar o cara. Senão você nem abre o pixel.
Thank you very much, Brock. Just wanted to come in and let you guys know where our next circle is going to be. It's going to be at the farmlands and by Twin Spines as well. The hot zone is over there by wetlands, so all teams starting to get their loot and rotate over there. Nate, anything interesting on your side?
Nothing super crazy going on over here. Just be keeping an eye
na outra, na de tentando se levantar. 14º mataram 3, 18º mataram 3, em 8º mataram 2. Foram. Aí já tava fora. Esse foi o desempenho.
At the Apex Legends Preseason Invitational. There were 80 of them when the weekend started. Now here in the final, only 20 remain.
The rogue roster that definitely made me eat my words. I was one of the people definitely throwing out into the universe.
Ah, esse aqui ainda dá pra curar, né, cara? Mas não tem como você estudar o outro time, tá ligado? É um pouco de sorte. Se você fightar e o cara estiver no high ground, você não tá no high ground, a chance do high ground ganhar é muito grande. Time já foi eliminado, já faz na semi ainda, acho que foi eliminado. Tomou estouro.
Quite a delta if you think of them versus Rogue, double that of the Sentinels so far.
The rotations here, though I was complimenting maybe their aggression before, is a little bit on the slower side of things. They do have a long distance to be able to cover. And the one thing that I have noted for their plays, once they make those transitions, that it seems like they're kind of sharking on the outside, you know, scouting for anybody that can find a couple of skills, maybe look for a little bit of loot to maybe...
Competitivo de Apex vai pra frente? Então, cara, eu tô acreditando, quero acreditar, mas a empresa tem que mudar tudo que eles estão fazendo, que eles estão fazendo bastante arte aí, cara. Eu acho que ela vai pra frente se os caras chegarem e falar, ó, tá aqui, ó, nós vamos dar 2 milhões em premiação nesse ano, todo ano, tá ligado? Sei lá, uma parada assim. Fazer uma partida privada boa, fazer um spec bom, pra não ter que fazer toda essa parafernália aí que eles fazem pra conseguir pegar a câmera de todo mundo. As skins, começar a lançar um monte de skin barata, tá ligado? Isso aí faz a galera colocar um modo solo ali, ranked. É isso aí, cara. Premiação primeiro colocado, $100 mil. Os russos estão indo bem bagarai. Não, premiação pros 20 primeiros. Os 20 primeiros colocados. Todo mundo que tá aí já vai ganhar alguma coisa, mesmo que fique em último. Shield laranja é... Míope, né? Míope não. Daltônico? Míope é que não enxerga. Ai, ai.
On the board in 10th place with 9 points.
Bruiser going to be the pickup here. Energy weapons, something we've been talking about all weekend through the preseason invitational. Not something that we see in maybe our solo queue experience as much, but very much of the
E eu tô querendo acreditar que o jogo vai pra frente. Que esse jogo é maneiro demais. É maneiro demais. Opa! NRG, vamos ver o Mor morrer. Arrumou a fight e o Mor morre. Isso que acontece. Shield vermelho. O Winchester pega daquele One Mine, One Guy, alguma coisa assim. Oi!
That being said, the two spines posturing we just saw, I believe was MVP sitting there. They've almost done that every single round here in our final to posture up there and kind of defend outward, decide where they want to transition. Rogue now making their way up a little bit closer.
Parker flying through as well. Able to dance through the fire of the thermite. And shots coming in, though, from the bottom cave, so he's actually going to have to queue out. But we check in now with Gamer's Origin as well, who's in trouble. See MP there. I do have a teammate down, so going to need to play this slow. They're in quite a wide open area, one that you and I have talked about extensively this weekend, an area that's very difficult to traverse. And a few teams look like they're going to have to make that rotation through or take a long route around if they want to get over to, like you said, two spines.
Well, bringing the pain, though, it looks like it's going to be Wyvern hunting down, Game's Origin here. They find themselves the very first kill. Selly actually losing a bit of armor. Shots coming back here from Parker. Question if he's going to push. 3 grenades actually getting thrown out by Geo. But look at this, no time wasted. Parker tries to go through. Great shots there through the little bit of panel there on the doorway. Clever play there from Geo.
Very nice play, and that's not just someone happened to be shooting through the floorboards. You know that he knows that's an exact sight line straight to that doorway from the top of the staircase.
Yeah, but Sirius now taking some pressure. Also pressure down from below as well. No armor available left on him. Armor swap now coming up from MPE. You see the cues here from both characters to get to this low ground. And Wyvern claim their territory.
Some armor pulling here. Not sure if that's a fresh armor or an old one, but available potentially if it is a fresh one. We'll go ahead and see what they're able to do here. Spitfire longbow combo, not one we've seen a ton in this tournament.
Yeah, and we see that Wyvern here as we glance over at VP just sitting off to the side. So many people are in this tight area already with the broken bridges. Pings going down there as they find Game's Origin trying to get the retreat. But right now, whoever ends up getting the clash here on this right-hand side into the high ground, I think is going to have the upper hand. Whoever can control that, and Virtus Pro is the one sniffing it out. Look at on the other side, it is NRG.
Now listening to NRG, let's go ahead and hear the team comms on the side of NRG.
I think.
I'm down.
Forget that.
Do it now. I just don't want to hesitate anymore. If we think of something, just fucking do it. Just do it, yeah. Yes. Fuck yeah, bud, eh? You already know Edward. Yep.
Watch north and I'll watch east. So I'll go back in case. I can watch west, southwest. I can watch this cut in the farm.
Now checking here with Misfits as well. And talk about Watsoning up here in maybe a little bit of an unorthodox spot here. Here's MVP.
This is what I was trying to highlight a little bit before. This is the go-to for MVP in this final. Every single time you see all the Watson traps, they actually drop usually a double Pathfinder zip all the way across so they can traverse there without risking dropping down below. But this is what MVP has been set up to do. The question is, does it net them a win, which in the past maybe isn't necessarily going to be a true statement. Gambit here, a team that's shown a lot of heart and hustle, but struggling when it comes to our final. Sitting very, very close there to the center of the circle and going to have to defend themselves out, but it looks like Wyvern maybe discover somebody here within this corridor.
We've seen a lot of teams here in those central chokes, those tight chokes, those Pathfinders need to be able to get up. Broken shields here for Soar. We'll see exactly who they're fighting. Thermite damage going down as well. Gonna send some more grenades in as well. Yes, indeed. That's going to be FlyQuest on the receiving end of that. Zach will be knocked.
It's not the first time that we've seen FlyQuest struggle in our finals at the Wetland Satellite. Game number 1 also struggling to be able to deal with some of the pressure here. Taking a glance there as we see it's going to be Monsoon. Zach getting completely finished off. Soar trying to pressure in. RPR will have to burn a Phoenix kit, but this should be their fight.
Now back on board Moffer still with white armor, and you're going to need to be careful here. Here's Wyvern.
Uh-oh. The fact that that went so south, they're already losing Karampe.
Karampe, I don't think he expected to receive any shots back. You saw how low he was in shields and HP. He goes down and also will be thirsted, so now it's up to Parka and Selly to stay alive here. Maybe going to get a few extra points on the board if they can. Also just jumping and dodging shots from the rear. Yeah. And now we'll circle back up with Parka.
That was a little wild, actually, to see that 0 of those shots were able to hit. They're still just dodging there constantly. So we glance over to third impact. They got a lot of armor when looking at their loadout. Weaponry, I'm going to guess, is about sitting just as good as we see the circle kind of pings go down just there north of the cage. This is going to be a very, very open fight as we see the area that was just kind of being glanced at here by Fjeldern actually was where this final circle was going to be.
Purple. Haven't seen a ton of points.
Uh-oh, NRG.
Take a look at NRG. As a reminder, NRG snuck into our grand final by 1 point in the winner's bracket final. That's right, 1 point, 1 elimination was the difference.
And every time we've tuned in with them in the final, it seems like they're struggling into Na'Vi, so I can't help but wonder, is this going to be the Na'Vi kind of threatening them down once more here? It has been over and over again. They seem to clash. Sentinels, one of our more aggressive teams, doesn't look like they have too many kills, but a lot of loot to their name. As we still have 17 here in this lobby.
They're looking good indeed. A few fences go down, so that's going to provide Retzi an opportunity to pop up, maybe get a new angle here.
Zombs throws that a bit, but he's in a bad spot. He's going to have to full retreat.
Yeah, he's going to retreat. He's going to want to heal up and pull back. Now it's going to be up to Senox to hold that down, but now checking also back in with Succubus. They do get that elimination there on Monsoon. Lou goes down as well. That means only 1 player alive for FlyQuest.
Yeah, FlyQuest is not having the best of final, and again, the wetland is not their grounds. They are struggling to find a way to be able to control everything they may need here. We got 53 seconds within this round, so not going to be forced to pressure out the victors over that battle of FlyQuest. Back here with Kick on the other side of 2 spines here, dealing with MVP. Not able to push, it doesn't look like MVP off quite yet, trying to figure out how they make their way, or at least keep zoning off the members coming over from what is wetlands.
Yep, now back on board with MVP still up top. The same place we found them last. Just trying to extend some damage if they can. Longbow shots hitting there, 1. But nothing else for Aka. Raw's gonna take the opportunity to get a med kit, but during that heal, he does get knocked.
Question is who ended up getting that knock? I don't believe it's actually going to be Na'Vi sitting with the low ground. So the biggest thing is the fact that Kick doesn't necessarily know that this is an advantage, and Kick's the only one in position to actually push this skirmish if they would like to do so. So very, very lucky for MVP as we look at Na'Vi, the ones who were distributing those shots. They have so much armor and resources to their side. They are in a very good position here for our third game. The Zom struggling when it comes to this initiation. Senox is going to be the one who ends up moving up, but he has no armor as well. They're trying to use this box for cover. They get themselves 1 knock here, questioning if they should retreat for some of the heals. But Watson Generator,
2 knocks.
Goes down.
Only more alive for NRG. We'll have to see what he does here. He's going to pop a bat and needs to play this slow. Going to go for the revive as well. We'll take a look exactly where NRG is there in the table.
Absolutely.
At 16th.
Very surprising that Sentinel did not push that harder. But it shows how much is on the line, I feel like, here for this team. Now more getting pressured once more. No more armor available. It seems like this is going to be it here for NRG.
You called it perfectly, Dread. The reason we saw Sentinels go ahead and even queue out and heal up all the way is they knew they could push more. Moore didn't have really any options out. He could have kind of poked out of this window. You know, there's a way to get down and out.
Yeah.
If you crouch through this window, did not do so. It would have been a risky play. Of course, you go to the open area of bottom cage. Instead, just tried to hold it down and cross his fingers, hope the push didn't come. In the end, like you said, Sentinels played with discipline. They went back, they healed up, they pushed together, they get the elim, they get the wipe, and add a few more points on the board.
MVP here finding themselves a lot of problems, but that's TSM reps going down. TSM is no longer with us here. Mondo, no HP. Now Raz is going to get pressure. He does have the armor. Arcstar will be able to stop Na'Vi, but they want these kills. They want to rid MVP here of this world. But look at that, so much being used. Zipline going to go for the high ground. Here's the push.
Yep, Na'Vi all shielded up, and they are ready to move in. Now Wingman is out. Gonna wait and push together. Claws receiving some damage. That's gonna delay this. Mondo goes down. Now it's all up to Raz in the battle against Na'Vi.
We've seen this once before. Raz trying to get the 1v1, but it's not gonna work this time. Na'Vi, so very lethal here in game number 3. I said it before, but it only looks better and better. They have so much going for them in this game.
Yes, they do. We're gonna check back in with them momentarily. They're already in 3rd place with 23 points, only 27 away from getting to that 50-point threshold. Now back on board with 789. A team that has put on a show all weekend long, coming out of nowhere.
near flawless game number 1 for them.
Yeah.
Very, very different tale going into game 2. They're looking to get that recovery for 3. Virtus Pro, another one of our top contenders, looking good. They have the high ground advantage, making a rotation down to this circle. It's important to highlight they have 25 seconds to win this fight before they have to make some kind of transition. Cage here is going to be the clear. Make sure nobody's sitting behind them. Portal, it looks like, was already going to be laid down there before Noth.
And Na'Vi now on the move as well. They already have 9 impulse on the floor. Going to give them an opportunity here for PKMK to just sit back with the bow. No shots connecting just yet.
Oh my gosh. You know PKMK wants those back. The fact that that Wraith was able to dance between so many bullets and survive is something that we cannot have in our finals. Not at this level if you want to be able to walk away with first place. 789 though, a name that we know very, very well here with Zaya, and he ends up getting the kill.
That also will be Soar exiting the game there, and you see Xens there from 789, new kill leader, 4 to his name. And they're looking good here. And I'll tell you what, normally we check in with 789 and they're at a huge disadvantage with 1 player left at the 10 squad's left mark. Instead now they're sitting well on armor and they're in a good position. So this is dangerous for the rest of the lobby.
It seems like they're playing budget Apex Legends sometimes, but then they walk away with a champion screen. It makes no sense here, but Sentinels struggling a little bit down 1 member. Retzi needs a little bit of armor. The generator will be able to help out with that as we see the grenade come through. It actually full connects there with him.
And he will go down right away at the same time as his teammate as well. That is going to be the end of the road for Sentinels. They will go down. As we said, they were in 6th place, so they'll add more points on the board, but certainly be at least 1 big game away from that 50-point threshold. Now checking back in with Na'Vi.
Very well off here, actually forcing now into the void for this Wraith. As long as they can get off to the side and be able to shield up, which it looks like posturing-wise, they are very, very comfortable to do so. You see the Watson generator go down. They've got 60 seconds to be able to hang out, maybe find a couple of kills, but you see those opponents there waiting into the high ground with circle advantage, trying to gatekeep them out. Their transition into the circle is going to be very, very risky with 9 people.
Absolutely.
Even though their gear is there, maybe their location on the map is not.
Yep, this final ring here towards nesting grounds, always, you know, one that we're going to have a lot of squads remaining up until the point where we actually get down to just how thin this area is.
Look at here with Gambit holding their own near dead center, not quite towards the circle. A little bit of more of a baby rotation here for them. Penta, though, our winner from last game, they understand they need to make their way to the circle as Wacko's already got himself a portal set up. Closes it here on the side. See the rest of Penta make their way in with ease.
They're going to be careful here. Rocking double white armor. They're going to need to make sure that they continue to take these routes that are going to give them ability to disengage if they need, but this looks dangerous for them. And look at Zanya still with the armor pulls. They've got plenty of goodies up top and will be able to pull those armors if they find themselves in any sort of disadvantage or even just want to come back right around the corner and re-engage with full blues.
Xen's here with the high ground, has the longbow, waiting to see if he can see anybody try and make the transition in. Gambit gonna be one of those doing that, but they end up losing 1 member. Sign has no armor to his name left. Good wingman shots out from Sunset, but not enough to get a knock. Finds someone on the backside, and good night, Succubus.
Get that now flying up top on that high, back on board with impulse from Na'Vi. And Claus is up top there.
Na'Vi was looking so good, but you could see the positioning being very, very difficult for those rotations. 7-8-9, this feels like it is their game to lose. They won game 1. They want game 3 here. Can they do it?
And they look good. You just saw some great stuff from Xens there. Just flies in. A little bit of spam with the 99, then just grapples right back to this home point. Look at those shots. That's going to be a knock there on Aurochs from Penta as well.
Double armor still available on the upper half if things get hairy here for this roster. Just trying to make sure nobody is down below. No surprises here. There it is, gonna go ahead and find one. There is the execution, forcing the into the void though. This is actually a pretty big setback if the pressure can come in, but it doesn't look like Penta has enough here quite yet.
Penta will go down. They have been eliminated, as you see. It's gonna be Aurochs now on board.
Oh my goodness, Na'Vi actually ended up holding their own and reset this fight. That's a very big win. This seems like the final boss here for 7-8-9. If anybody's gonna take them down, it has to feel like it's from Na'Vi with so many resources on the side, and they make the push in.
Yes, indeed. Now still on board. PKMK gonna pop a bat and try and get this angle. It'll be a difficult push up to 7-8-9. 3 squads left now, as that will be Balanji who will fall.
You see them, how confident they are. The fact that Xens is not even using any resources. He has the armor down below. There you go. He goes armor swap number 1 coming through. So only one going to be available. 9 impulse going to take 1/4 of his shields. Not too problematic. Arcstar needs to land here if they're going to get the push, but that loss of shields is not worth.
No, and a very dangerous little jump there off the cliff as well, just exposing himself to the receiving end of 3, 7, 8, 9 weapons, which is going to be easy here for Sanaya to land a few shots. It's still holding this down. They've got the high ground. This is their game to lose.
As Desu ends up dropping, though, with a great clutch opportunity to hear from the team. Exons and Zanya trying to do their best, but Exon's actually struggling. There's going to be armor swap number 2 as he takes that 1-1 with the R99. Can he get the third? 146, just barely any HP as they get the cleanup. Last target remaining there. The knockdown comes in. It's all up to Zanya as he's got the battery, but Na'Vi still has 2 members.
Look at that. Yes, indeed. Na'Vi take the game. And they close it out with a win. A fantastic push, an uphill one against 7, 8, 9.
I honestly have no idea how Na'Vi was able to make that rotation as far as they were and as controlled as they did. I raised my concerns of look at how good this loot is, but look at how bad this spot is. And 789 were sitting upon a throne in the center of that circle, and they just kicked it down with controlled pacing inward.
Ksania, the inventory manager we know him to be, had everything managed up top. Like we said, a lot of armor pulls up there, but in the end, it's Na'Vi who makes that play. Keep in mind, they were in third and,
Galerinha, vou voltar conseguindo narrar aqui agora porque estouraram nosso portão aqui, invadiu um carro aqui e tenho que resolver uns probleminha aqui.
Find out exactly how many points that means for them and also get a breakdown of that last game. For that, let's go to the analysis desk. Over to you, Fallout.